or what you're thinking about right now. This is what is going to master you, your day, your thoughts. When you are worried about something, and I know this is a little deeper dive, this first thing. So whatever you are worried about, whether it be you're worried about the economy, you're worried about, your children being safe, you're worried about your job, you're worried about putting food on the table, you're worried about a roof over your head, you're worried about your kids going to school, you're worried about all these things that you have very little control over. What we tend not to realize as parents, as grandparents, as just regular people, is our worries tend to consume us in our behind the scenes thinking. We may not be thinking a worry thought while we're working on something. Hold on just a second. And da da da. Okay, we may not be worried about, something that we're consciously thinking about. But behind the scenes, behind the mind, is a worry. And the more we worry about something, even if it's something that is a subconscious thought, or like I said, we're always worrying about our children. We're always worrying, are they okay? It doesn't matter how old they get. We're always worrying about something and what's going on, what they're doing, are they all right? Can I take care of them? Whatever it is. Worries tend to take over our lives. They take over our thinking. They take over our manifestation. They get in the way of everything. And worries tend to master us all. They tend to do that because they're so subtle. We don't even realize we're worried about something until it becomes relevant that, oh my gosh, something happened. I was so worried about that, right? How many times have we said that? Right? Because worries tend to master us. They tend to be the master of our thoughts, of our manifestation. They tend to be in control. Without even trying so hard, they do. And this is really crazy because we're always worrying about what it is doing, what it is in control of. Whatever your it is. Like I said, I named off a whole list of things as possibilities, and it's whatever your it is that can be a problem for you, for your life, for your family. So whatever your it is, you're allowing it to have this time to master your world. When you allow worries to get in control, when you allow worries to take over, then that you are giving those worries the master control over where you're going, what you're thinking, how you're feeling, what you're doing. This is a subtle reminder for everyone out there that worry does not solve a problem. Worry does not get us where we need to go. Worry is not a happy thought. And worry is not our friend. Worry is not there to help us. So when you take the time to know, just take a little bit of time here and think, what is my purpose? What did I come to this earth, to this plane to do? Am I, and ask yourself these questions, am I doing what I love to do? Am I doing a job that I love to do? Or am I doing a job just to pay the bills and to take care of the family? Because if you're not living your purpose and doing what you came here to do, you're not going to have a full, fulfilled life. And that, in that respect, worry gets in the way. Worry tends to come in more and more to a mind that is constantly in turmoil over what you're doing and not doing. So look at what you're doing and not doing, because those are it. Those are key ingredients right there, guys. If you're not living your full potential, and if you're not doing what you need to do in your life, then it will always get in the way. So just remember, the ego. This is that pesky little part of your mind, part of your being, that is always in control of some part of your life. Now, we don't like our ego so much because it's not our friend. The ego is not our best friend. The ego is always there to help us the way it thinks it needs to help us based on the program we have in our subconscious mind. I know this is quantum physics, it's quantum mechanics, and it is very deep, and it goes into a lot of vibration and energy. But where your vibration and your energy is right now, what frame of mind are you in right this minute? Are you in a worry thought? Are you in a I've got this thought? Are you in a oh, I'm not letting that get me thought? Or I'm in control. I am successful. I am doing what I need to do. I have a happy, healthy life, living my purpose, living my dream. Ask yourself those questions, because only you can ask those questions of yourself, and only you can give yourself the answers, because it all comes from inside you. And when I do this, and I do this regularly, is I ask myself, what is my purpose? My purpose has changed a lot over the years. As I have grown and matured, my purpose has changed from different areas of my life. So I'm always asking myself, what is my purpose now? In other words, what is my life's mission now? What do I intend to create? What do I intend to do? And what do I intend not to worry about? I've learned that even though my children are grown, I still worry about them, and I always will. But I've learned how to combat the worry so that the worry is not the master of me. I've learned how to use my energy and use my vibrations to put it in my subconscious, my conscious mind of, you know what, everyone is doing what they need to do in their lives. My worry is not helping anyone, not myself and not them. I love them, I care for them, and I will always be there. So that turns that worry into a statement of, I'm doing everything I can. And it takes the worry out of that, and it takes the master of worry out of your life. It takes it away. Therefore, the ego cannot get involved. If you take that away, the ego cannot get involved, and it cannot manipulate, and it cannot trick you, and it cannot put the two other factors that we don't like to even mention, but we're going to today because it's going to help a lot of us out there who are still struggling and who are not quite at the point of having everything they want when they want and having success that they want to have. That is fear. Fear is a ruler of the mind. Fear stops us in our tracks every single day. Fear and being afraid is the same thing. If you're afraid, it won't happen. If you're afraid, you won't be able to provide for your family. If you're afraid, you won't take that step. If you're afraid to get a better job, if you're afraid to make more money because my friends won't like me, they'll wonder how I did it, they'll think I'm bad, or whatever your reason is, there's always a reason that we stop ourselves. And fear is the biggest one. Oh, sorry guys, my nose itches. Fear is the biggest one that stops us. We're afraid to start. We're afraid to go forward. We're afraid to have success. And that's that little part of the ego that says, you can't do that. What makes you think you can be a home business owner? What makes you think you can do that? Fear. Fear wants to rule, and that is another worry. Fear is disguised in worry. We worry if we start that business, if we make more money, if we make too much money. We worry. What's this going to do to my family? What's this going to do to me? How is this going to affect my life? So these are just little tidbits that are very powerful once you get the handle on them, because it won't let ego come back in and say, oh no, you're not doing that. That is the biggest thing. When I took control of that, and my ego would always say, you're not doing that. Oh, you don't know how to do that. Well, I learned from my years in corporate America that I can learn to do anything I need to do. It's just a matter of putting my mind to it. But even me, being a brain, had the fear, had the worry of what happens if I don't do this right? What happens if I can't provide for my family? What happens if I don't have X number of dollars coming in? What happens to my family? That is a worry, that is a fear. They're combined. And the ego would come involved and say, oh no, you can only do this way and now that way. It wasn't a conducive match. So I had to take control of the fear, the worry, and not let those energies master my life. So when I choose to have a vibration of peace and love and calm, what happens is fear and worry and the ego have no place involved. They have no place. There's no place for them to live. There's no place for them to be. And this is putting myself, and you can do the same thing. This is all for you. Putting yourself in the receptive mode. When you can put yourself in the mode of receiving the good, of receiving the prosperity, of receiving the energies and the positive vibrations that you have put out into the vortex to receive back what you need and want, then you're not going to be receiving back what you don't want. We're always receiving something. The question is, where is your vibration? Where's your energy to where you know what you are receiving? If you want to receive prosperity, if you want to receive a home business that's flourishing, if you want to surround yourself with people who can help you, who want to help you, who will guide you through that, that is receiving knowledge, information, guidance, coaching. It's all those things. And once you do that and you've got yourself in that mode of receiving that, of receiving all of that, then there's no room for you to receive worry and doubt and failure, because those are all given. And I always look at failure, and I fail. Trust me, I fail big time. When I fail hard. But I always look at it as well, that didn't work, or boy, that bombed big time. That was a total mess. That's a plus moving forward, because I know that didn't work. What do I need to tweak on that system? What do I need to tweak on that video? What do I need to tweak on that course? What can I change to make it better? There's always something. But you have to have faith in yourself, too. Believe you can do something, and you can. Because, the problems you're having working your business, the problems you're having, maybe getting the right coach or maybe getting the right mentor. The problems you're having with that is not just you yourself. It is the vibrations you're putting out there, is what you're receiving back. So receive back to you what it is you really, truly want to have. And you can do all this by just being that person you want to be. It's not so easy to be that person you want to be if you're not sure how that person would feel. So just ask yourself, and this is another question, it's an open-ended question, but this is another one of those training things we do. And I love doing this one because it's, how would I feel, or how would my life look with blank in it? Like for me, how would my life look with my house paid off? I live in my home, it's paid. How would my life look like driving the car of my dreams? What is a car? What does it look like? How does it smell? How does it feel? How would my life look like having the money to do whatever I wanted, to travel, to give my family what they need or what they want, to live that life? How would my life look? When you can imagine that and put that into play for yourself and your psychic, because your psyche is always working, your subconscious is always working. It just depends on the program you have entailed with that particular thing. And when you do, you're going to find that things are going to come easier. You're going to come across the right people. The right opportunities will come to you. There'll be the right opportunity at the right time. And if you take advantage of that, that is totally up to you, because they only come along once in a while. You don't get these all the time. That's a given. So look at your lifestyle. Look at what you want to have. Look at the outcome of what you want to be. When you can change your it into, oh yeah, that's me, then you've won. You've got it. And there's no reason why you can't. Do you know there are thousands of mentors and high successful people out there, and we're all out here, and a lot of people, they just don't realize, if you ask a question, if you join our groups, if you get involved, you're going to get the training you need, you're going to get the guidance. Why not invest that in yourself to be who you want to be and to do what you need to do? Why not be that person you want to be? It is easy. It is that simple. And it doesn't have to be hard. When you stop worrying and letting worry be the master of you, you're letting the fear, you're letting the doubt, you're letting the failures step in the way. And the ego is always on board to take you down that rabbit hole. The ego is always there working against you. Always. It thinks it's helping you, but it's not. We all have an ego, and each one of us has an ego that does a different thing for us, per se. Like my ego, I've gotten pretty much control of it over the years, and I know there's nothing I can't succeed at. I know there's nothing. Even if I fail, I know I can turn it around and make it a win for me. I've got the right group of people around me. I've got boatloads of training. I've got inspiration I listen to every day. I have all these people in my group that are with me and help me and guide me. And you do too. You just have to reach out and get involved. You have to reach out and be with these people. Why not? Why not be that person? Why not have the success you want to have by being with the right people that have it already? If you're with people that have it already, you've already won. Because not only are they going to rub off on you, they're going to teach you. And you're going to learn more and more and more. Okay? I do have a link up here for you that's going to take you to the next step. So definitely, I will see you on the inside because there's a little bit of room here left. Why not come in? Talk to you later.